It seems every time a survey comes out about the financial health of the typical American, one statistic is glaring, and that is that almost half of Americans are in a position that any serious emergency in their lives financially, they're toast. I mean, not even a minor emergency is something they can handle. And something that is Personal Finance 101 is having a rainy day fund, often referred to as an emergency fund. And people feel a case of the guilt. So you figure, watching, you got a 50-50 chance you're in that group that has no emergency money at all. So instead of feeling guilty about it, let's talk about what's the great advantage. You know, anxiety so often is caused by how things are going with money in our lives. So if you can put a little money aside every pay period into an emergency fund, a rainy day fund, you lessen that anxiety where an oops in your life, maybe you get a speeding ticket, or you need something done with your car, or your air conditioning goes on the fritz in your home or condo or apartment or whatever, and you're responsible for that. How are you going to pay for it? Well, the beauty of putting little bits of money aside every time you get paid is that you start to build up a reserve for those things, because there's always oops in life. The money in that emergency fund can go into one of those online savings accounts. That's the best place for you to stash cash. You'll earn today somewhere, if you don't even work that hard at it, you'll earn somewhere between 1.5% and a little over 2% on your idle cash. And that way, when the rainy day thing happens, because it always does rain eventually, right? You're ready for that circumstance. I'm asked a lot, how much money should be in there? Well, if you've got zero right now, and I tell you the book answer is this massive amount of money, you're going to say, why would I even bother? Why would I get started? So instead, I want you to think of it this way. The key with creating financial security in your life is to live on less than what you make. The first thing you do with less than what you make is you put it in a retirement plan if you're offered that at work, where there's any match of the money you put in, typically with a 401k where your employer matches. That's got to come first, believe it or not, even before having rainy day money, because you're picking up free money from your employer. But after that, you put money in a rainy day account and start with what you can, what you're comfortable with. A penny of every dollar you make, 2 pennies, whatever, and start to build up that reserve. And then when the oops happens, instead of borrowing that money, you're going to have it to draw on from your savings account. And you'll be able to decide what truly is an oops. I mean, nobody can tell you, only use it for this and this and this and this, because we live different lives and people define what is an emergency or what is a rainy day circumstance differently. Think of it this way. An unexpected event in your life that you need money for, that you don't have another simple way to pay for, that's when you draw on rainy day. And then over time, keep building that money up. Make it a lifelong habit. And if you're really great at it, you'll have the equivalent of what the pointy heads say, which is 3 to 6 months of what you earn in a rainy day account. But don't worry about any of that right now. Just get started.